Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another page with distress inks. It seems recently I really enjoy using them, and I'm working on a page for my handmade journal where I make my own pages, and I will link this video of the journal in the top right corner info box so you can check that out. It's really easy to recreate. I have already something going on my page because I cleaned a stamp on the paper, but I don't mind that. I think it's often really interesting to have something random already on the background. And here I'm using such a makeup brush to apply my distress ink. The color that I'm using here is Pumice Stone, and I'm going for a night sky today. As we are heading into autumn, I thought I want to create some more autumn feel projects. I wanted to have the edges even more dark, so I'm using the black soot on top of that pumice stone. I also want to add in some color, and here I'm using, I believe it's the Dusty Concord, and I will also use the evergreen bow just to add a little bit of color to the background. I'm not a big fan of black and white or of monochrome projects. Finally, I'm adding some of the green moss to the bottom. To add some texture, I add some stamping to my page, and I want to create kind of a frame around my page. I recently did this a lot, and I just used random mixed media stamps and stamped them to the edges of the page. Talking about stamps, today I have some good news for all of you sitting in the US. We finally are able to ship again to the US from September 15th. One thing I have to mention about that is that shipping goes only by sea, which means it will take at least 4 to 8 weeks depending on where you are located. So normally the stamps shipped by plane, and as there are no planes flying, or just a few due to this pandemic, there is no other option than shipping per sea, and I am really happy that the German Post now offers that for goods. So you can head over to our shop. We have a sale going on. It's a back to school sale and it runs through the whole September, and I will give you all the information in the video description. To stamp the frame around, I'm using the black Archival ink. And the stamp set I'm using here is the Mixed Media Marks stamp set. Plan to create a little scene on this page, and therefore I want to use a tree and one of my house stamps, and the tree comes with the carved whimsy wood stamp set, and I think it's a perfect image for any autumn project. I now go in to create the bottom part of the page because I don't want the tree to fly in the air, and here I'm using the forest moss color, and I just squished the ink pad and the lid firmly together, and then I have some of the ink on the inside of the lid, and I can pick that up with a water brush. Of course, you can always squish the ink pad to your craft mat or to your glass plate and then pick up the ink from there. For the little house, I have stamped one of my Happy Place stamp sets to also mixed media cardstock, and I cut the image apart because it was too big to use it on the page in its full size, so I cut away some of the trees. And because I also cut away the stem of the tree, as it is really hard to cut that out, I have to stamp the image also directly on my page so that I have my tree stamp back. That was a little bit tricky because I covered my stamp with washi tape, and then I inked it, and I covered the areas I don't want to have on my background, and as I didn't use any kind of glue to stick the stamp to my acrylic block, it wanted to come off when I pull away the washi tape. But finally it is okay as it is. I have my tree stamp, and the rest will be covered up with the image I have already cut out. Before I glue it down, I am creating another hill for my house so that this also doesn't fly in the air. To color in the house, I'm using the evergreen bow because I have this already on my background. And I used the same technique to color in the house that I've used for my page bottom. I pick just the ink up from the inside of the lid. Of course, a night sky needs a moon, and here I'm using one from our celestial stamp set. It's the smaller full moon. It also comes with our night and day stamp set. I have stamped this in yellow, and here I'm just adding in some of the mustard seed. I'm using a glue stick to stick all my pieces down the house and the moon. I finish up the page by adding some words from the Mix a Sentiment stamp set. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you like the page, and we will see us next time. Bye!